Morning. So basically there's a few people. Morning. A few people here. I don't actually know any of them. I don't think. We'll see. And we've got a police officer talking to him. I'm not sure about what.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Cheers, hey. Dude. Cheers.
Yeah, check my missus.
Yeah. So this is freedom you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Birds.
Yeah, well, we've been denigrated at every turn. We've been labelled as anti-vaxxers.
Putting their lives in jeopardy, and I work outside all the time. Yeah. I don't work inside.
Whether he was actually interested in talking to us, and he's, after talking for a while, we have. Now,
initially no.
Initially no, yeah.
We just want what we thought we had. We want it back. And
it's out of control, and that's what you believe, Joss.
Yeah, absolutely.
March 2020, she said, and this is her words, we will continue to be your single source of truth.
Yeah, she has no truth.
Yeah.
There's never been any truth from the minute she got into power.
In March 2020, Jacinda Arden said, we will continue to be your single source of truth. Is that an interesting way of looking at things?
I think it's an interesting way of looking at things.
Yeah. The thing is, he's got healthy debate is good for all of society. I think in talking to him, we've pretty much agreed that we're in agreement. There's perhaps more than one side to the argument, and some debate.
And both sides deserve to be heard equally as much as the other.
We're just here to encourage people to think a little bit about what's going on, if they haven't already. I don't think anybody's happy with what's happening, like you. My name is Monique.
Yeah, and you're here, and this is the future you want for your kids.
Yeah. I have 3 beautiful young girls.
Yeah.
And they have their whole life in front of them, and what is happening now is not what I want to be their future.
Yeah. And that's politically, or is that health-wise, or a bit of both?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It was one of many things she said, but probably the core thing she was saying, she questioned the motivation of those involved. Now, what I really want to ask here is what's your motivation to be involved?
Mine. There's numerous things to mine. It's not just one thing. I wouldn't do anything off one thing. Primarily freedom of choice.
You're a kayak guide.
Yeah, I was guide. I was a guide.
But lost your job. I work for a guiding company too, and 2 of our guides had to. I mean, it's surprising actually how many people have lost their jobs, because I know of dozens already. And
at great expense to people's livelihoods. We've both lost our jobs and both been turned away from several others that had been offered to us. So
and we can sit here and listen, and we can decide for ourselves. Until we have that, we're just told to listen to this and believe everything that's put in front of us, and that's not acceptable.
And that nobody has the right to put an experiment drug into anybody or coerce them to do it for their job.
I don't need to ask you this, because she questions the motivation of those involved, but you've just told me the motivation.
Yeah, just to make,
you're not trying to overthrow the government or something? She seems to almost insinuate that.
We would love to see her gone, but I don't think any of the others are going to be any better. I mean, I think we need to address all these changes that are being made behind closed doors, the Bill of Rights, the freedoms that are being taken away. I mean, honestly, if you'd ask people on the street here...
It's not the protest, the right to protest, it's the noise. And could they stop doing it in front of my place every day? Used to be 1 day a week, I could handle that. Go somewhere else. It's not about the mandates or anything for me, it's the noise.
Okay, that's good. We've got some extra footage here. This is a very irate woman outside the thing. You're guilty. Oh, you're guilty. Apart from questioning the motivations of those involved, yesterday, Jacinda Arden, our Prime Minister, this just made me chuckle because I really thought it was hilarious, but you took it more seriously than me. And she said, it feels like an imported protest to me. I've seen Trump flags on the forecourt. I've seen Canadian flags on the forecourt. I mean, are you serious? I mean, but tell me, you know, you're obviously more involved in this. Do you think there's a hand of, say, Trump or some people that are Trump supporters in this, that are stirring up trouble?
The question I would have to Jacinda is, are you implying that everybody within the country who's got a stand and is out here has got an influence outside of the concerns for our own country?
Canada,
I don't
do you
understand.
think Canadians in New Zealand?
Yes,
but there's not a community of Canadians here trying to stir up trouble.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
If so, I'd be interested to know how they got in.
Yeah. Oh, well, presumably they were here already, infiltrated the
Okay.
country. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well,
you don't know any Canadians by any chance?
I mean, I've seen talk of that in the media.
A stirring up discontent and trouble.
Canada have shown that as a community that what is taking place is unjust.
But you don't think there's a movement of Canadians in the country stirring up discontent?
No, they're very small.
I've got a laugh out of them finally.
Can I ask, how many of the population does Jacinda think are Canadian in the first place, and has she interviewed any of them?
I finally got a laugh out of them.
Sit on the toilet, brain fart idea, you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
thanks
Russia.
a lot. Russians as well. I was thinking North Korea or China, yeah. Aren't they busy with the Ukraine at the moment?
We're just a concerned bunch of people that don't.
And go them and look at the Canadians.
Well,
Go them.
I've just wondered if the Canadians are trying to make us all eat flapjacks and put maple syrup as a barbecue over.
Well, that's all good.
Oh, you like?
Good.
Okay.
Well, I've never tried it, but hey, it's all good.
Yeah, okay. The subtle hand of Canada may be here.
Yeah. But I think if Canada falls, we all fall, and that's a sad reality.
If someone says something stupid, you need to have the ability to respond.
You question it and try and understand it.
Yeah.
Totally, and that's what I mean. Well, where do you come from with this, Jacinda?
Yeah.
What do you base it on? Where's your justification for this comment?
A Canadian flag, I believe.
Right.
You saw a Canadian flag.
Go Canada.
Go Canada.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for Josh. You're probably a bit more virulent than the others.
Yeah.
But you've laughed a lot more too.
Which is good.
Yeah. Because it's awful.
Hey Carl, what do you think about Wayne Gretzky becoming our next Prime Minister?
Who? Why don't you ask me a sporting question?
Sorry Canadians, this is what it's come to down here.
What? Just small-minded, bloody small country mentality.
That's it. Now I've told